Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 4, and today we're taking a look at the 1993 Renault Clio Williams. Now this is part of the first generation that was produced between 1990 and 1998. This was made for homologation purposes, so Renault could compete in races with this car. And as a result this was a limited edition version with only a few thousand being made. It's named after the then Renault powered F1 team Williams F1, though it's not actually engineered or designed by Williams whatsoever. It's just on a name basis. Was actually designed by Renault Sport, and this came with a whole host of extras over the standard car. Visually, it came with these snazzy gold wheels, wider front and rear arches, wider front track, bonnet scoop, and plenty of Williams decals around it as well, and a much larger exhaust. Performance-wise, well, it came with a performance tuned handling and ride, and a more powerful engine. Speaking of which, this engine is really rather good for an early 90s hot hatchback. It's a 2-litre inline 4 engine producing 142 horsepower and 129 pounds-feet of torque, which is a hefty amount back then, quite frankly. It's about the same as a Golf, but Golf GTI, but luckily this weighs only 2,233 pounds, which is incredibly lightweight, and it's also really rather practical inside. As you can see, there's plenty of rear legroom, a decent amount of space on the interior at the front, and it's even got a spacious boot as well, as you can see. So I overall really rather like this generation of Clio. I do like the next generations of Clio, but this one is just right up there with the best of hot hatchbacks, to be honest. And you also get some nice white on blue dials, and some extra dials in the middle there to tell you various aspects of the car. I can't quite tell which, but let's get a blue top on the gear knob there, and it's just a nice all-round car. It's still got all the practicality of the standard Clio, but now it's faster, sportier, and a bit more sporty in terms of looks. But let's nonetheless get out onto the open road and see just what this car can do. So even though this is no speed machine compared to the all-wheel drive hot hatchbacks of today, it's still a big old riot to drive even by today's standards, because it's got nothing in the way of weight. It's an incredibly small car, so coupled with the fact it's small with very little in the way of weight, you've got an incredibly agile vehicle on your hands. And because it's not overloaded with power, you've got no torque steer, you've got no turbo lag to deal with, because obviously it's a naturally aspirated engine, and it also revs nicely as well. So I'll just let you listen to the car for a little bit. So fairly nice sounding engine as well, and it's hardly slow as well. Granted, not as quick as some hot hatchbacks, even probably back then, or in comparison to some hot hatchbacks you might not have got in Europe, but it's still rather quick in its own right. 0 to 60 in 7.683 seconds, 0 to 120.8 seconds, and it'll go on to a top speed of 133 miles an hour, which is still fairly decent. But at the end of the day, these are hot hatchbacks are cars that are all about usable performance, and this has loads of it. You're never going to want for more speed while on normal everyday roads, and because it handles so well, you can really be confident with the power that you've got and the rates of speed that you'll be dealing with. So it's a cracking vehicle. Handles beautifully, even though it's got a heavy bias towards the front at 64%. But despite that, it's a really rather well sorted car, and it's not overwhelmed by the power. So the handling, which has been improved, is all the more joyous to drive, because it's not dealing with a huge amount of extra horsepower that even with handling being upgraded it wouldn't be able to handle. So the fact that they've given it a modest amount of horsepower while heavily upgrading the handling and the way it steers and goes is really rather nice. So nonetheless, thanks for watching. I hope you'll try this car out yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.